welcome to the Girls Rock Virtual Camp 2020. My name's Ava G. I'm going to be your intermediate guitar instructor. A little bit about me: I am the lead guitarist and singer of the band Negative Positive. You may have seen us before since we started 7 years ago right here at Girls Rock, and now we've been playing shows for years. We've been releasing music, all that jazz. You also may know our drummer, Ava A., who is the drum instructor for this week. Let's get right into it. Today we're going to be learning the intermediate version of Gold Lion by the Yeah Yeah Yeahs. We're going to start by going through all the chords. So in this song we're using mostly bar chords, which you may or may not be familiar with. They're always a little tricky. They're always kind of annoying. Always make your hand hurt until you get used to them. We're going to go through it. The first one is F sharp major. Sounds like this. And this is a movable bar chord shape, so we're going to be using it twice. But basically, take your pointer finger, bar it over the second fret, middle finger goes to the third string, third fret, your ring finger goes on the fifth string, fourth fret, and your pinky goes on the fourth string, fourth fret. And then, F sharp. The next chord is going to be sliding up to A, going from the second fret to the fifth fret. Easy as that. And the next chord is an open chord, which I'm assuming you're familiar with, which is E major. If you want to have an easier slide, you can just slide down and remove your pointer finger, play it like this, or you're probably used to playing it with your pointer finger on the third string, first fret. But yeah, you should also have chord diagrams for all these. And then the last chord is A major, which I've always played putting my three fingers right here, second, third, and fourth string, second fret. But you can also play it barred with middle finger, ring finger, however you want. Just make sure not to play the sixth string. You can do this by bringing your thumb around and just lightly touching the strings, so that when you play it, it's muted. And you can only get the other ones. So yeah, those are all the chords we're going to be using. Next we're going to be going on to the rhythm. Starting with the strokes, the strumming, we have obviously downstroke and upstroke, but also a couple times we're going to be doing a little muted stroke to a regular stroke. So basically, if you just aren't familiar with this, you're going to have your fingers kind of hovering over where you're going to be playing the chord, in this case, say F sharp major. Have it like this, but don't press down, so you can do a little downstroke and it sounds like that, and then do an upstroke like this. So we're going to be playing it in a short eighth note style, so it'll be like this. And it's going to be followed right away by some other notes, so if that's not something you're used to, then you can start practicing this little. Alrighty, and so after that, the rhythm this includes some ties. If you're not used to seeing the tablature notation, basically what it is, if you have 4 beats in a measure, you have this 1, 2, 3, 4, it stretches on to the 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So we're going to start by counting through this rhythm. In the end, it's most important that you just feel confident and comfortable in the rhythm and whatever feels good to you, but we're going to be counting through it because why not? Important musical skills. The rhythm goes, I'm just going to be strumming muted. 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 2, 3, 4 and 2, 3, 4 and 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 2, 3, 4 and 2, 3. Basically like that. So you just want to get into the groove of that. You are basically going to be skipping the downbeat of each of the measures after the first one. So that's where that 4 and 2, 3, 4 and 2, 3. You just kind of flow past that. If you want to rewatch that again, get a little feel for the rhythm, try strumming yourself, that is A-okay. I'm going to start by strumming this whole thing kind of slowly, and then moving up to a medium pacing, then going up to full speed. And you are welcome to switch through the video however you like. If you're more comfortable, if you're less comfortable, that's perfect. So, we're going to start by strumming this pretty slowly to get a feel for the switches. So you're going to start with your F sharp right here, and you're going to go like this. 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 2, 3, 4 and 2, 3, 4 and 2, 3, 4 and then you're going to repeat like that. So if you're not totally comfortable with that, You're going to start with the first two beats, 1 and 2, 3, and then muted, 4, and that's when you're going to slide up to the A, which is a little tricky. So 1 and 2, 3, 4, and then that goes over to the first beat of the next measure. So 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 2, 3, and then you're going to go to muted again. So trying that again, 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 2, 3, mute, 4, and 1 and 2, 3. So taking it slow again from the beginning, F sharp, 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3. I can't ask if that feels good to you because I cannot see you, but if you're uncomfortable, as always, go back and follow along again. Also have extra picks with you so they don't get sucked into the void. Alrighty, and so now we're going to try going through that whole thing at a slow pace. So, starting with F sharp, 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 2, 3, and this is where it gets a little tricky again. On the fourth beat of the last measure, you switch back to this F sharp. So, 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4, and 1 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 and 2, 3, 4, and 1. Ta-da! Another thing that's kind of tricky about this piece is there's if you're looking at the little symbols above it, there's some symbols for downstrokes versus upstrokes, which again, it's most important that you're just comfortable and confident however you play it. These people were probably not sitting there stressing over which one is a downstroke or an upstroke, but it is something to be conscious of. So these little kind of square markings are the downstroke, and the little triangle or the little caret is an upstroke. So it is a little weird that you go down, up, 1, down, 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 up. Pay attention to that. That's the kind of thing where you just have to repeat it until you feel comfortable with it. I'm going to try, after going through all the rhythm, I'm just going to repeat this whole thing, counting aloud, playing the chords at a kind of slow pace, repeating it a few times, because you can have the 4 measures down, but then repeating it is sometimes a little tricky, especially with this ending. So here is going to be the slowed down version. I'm going to repeat it probably 4 or 5 times. Feel free to strum along and repeat it if you need to. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 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 1, 2, 3, and 2. Wonderful. Something I also kind of forgot to go over is you are going to be doing this little muted thing, and it is a little tricky when you go to the A, the open A here. For the bar chords, you can kind of just hover your fingers over the frets and then press them down. Same when you go up to this A, but what I'm doing when I slide down to here is I kind of just flatten my fingers over the frets to do a little muted stroke here before switching my fingers to the A. That's something if you want to pause the video and just kind of practice that transition, that one measure. It is a little tricky, so it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 2, 3. Kind of trying to exaggerate what I'm doing with my hands here so it's visible, but that part's a little tricky. So 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 2, 3. But try to just get used to it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 2, 3. So you don't have to do any big fancy maneuvering with your arm. Alright, and now we're going to be doing it a little faster, and if you are feeling super comfortable with this, feel free to skip past to the full speed version. I will try my best to match the speed. It may be one beat per minute, slower or faster. But we're gonna go at a little medium speed, starting now. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 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 1 and 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 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 2, 3, 4, and 1. Here's a reminder, it's totally fine to make mistakes. I make them all the time. I'm making some right now. So let's try that again. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 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 1 and 2, 3, 2, 3, 4 and 2, 3, 4 and 1 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 and 2, 3, 4 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 1. Ta-da! Congratulations, you've made it to the final step of the video. You have been doing amazing. I've been using my telepathy to hear your incredible playing, and it is stupendous. So, I'm going to be playing the song from my laptop right now, and playing along with it so you can hear both the original track and the guitar part played a little louder, and you can strum along to the whole song. Feel free to dance around in your room if you're feeling comfortable, or you can go back and practice some more if you're not quite feeling it. Basically, we've made it. We're going to play along to the whole song and have fun. You're doing great. 5, 6, 7, 8. Congratulations. That was beautiful. Alright guys, have a great rest of the camp.